Hello, how you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggly, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. She don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Everybody, can anybody hear me? Oh, there we go. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. It's your girl Dazzle That Tarot, and I am back for another tarot reading. So please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload and when I go live. And if you would like to book a private reading, all you have to do is go into my description box. Everything is down there. Look, it is early. What time is it today? It is 8:37 in the morning. I woke up at 6:30 in the morning, took me a shower, came downstairs, and pretty much I made coffee for my husband for when he comes into the house after work because he works overnight. So basically, I did that, and then I was like, I'm hungry. So I have like some apple fritters. So I said, I'm going to heat me up an apple fritter. And when I did that, and I like to break the apple fritter down, like cut it up. I said, it's missing something. And I said, yes, butter pecan ice cream. So at 7:30 in the morning, I had a big bowl of butter pecan ice cream and apple fritter and heated up apple fritter. It was so good. It was so good. Now I'm drinking this apple juice. Mm-mm-mm. I just talked to my mom-in-law because I've been trying to get to Costco with her, but our schedules just wasn't aligning. I'm off for 3 days. So I was off yesterday, today, and I'm off tomorrow. I'm just, uh, I'm just enjoying the big pregnant girl life right now. And it feel all good and warm. And no, I'm not taking it back. Yep, I ate ice cream first thing in the morning, and I'm not ashamed. Okay, but anyway, we're going to talk about this today. Today, we're going to talk about Chrisean Rock, right? And the reason why is because I was talking to a client of mine, right? And she called and she was like, "Oh, I seen your previous video on Chrisean, and I just want to know, are they ever going to take the baby?" And when I was talking to her, I was just talking to her, as someone being logical and seeing what I'm seeing when it comes to her family. I'm like, her family really don't want that baby. They don't. Matter of fact, I bet you they probably feel like it's a hassle to deal with her and the baby. Because if you deal with the baby, you got to deal with her, right? It's probably a hassle. The baby probably has special needs and need more attention. And they probably got a lot going on and they're not really getting paid for anything. Or she's not going to contribute to anything to really, really help. You know what I'm saying? Or it might be a situation where, because a lot of people do this, they want you to take care of their child, but they don't want to give you any of their medical information like cards or anything else like that, just in case something goes on with the baby, right? Because if you're dealing with a kid for an extended period of time, you might need like their medical card, their insurance card, something. So, you can take them to the doctors, like give them a doctor's appointment, things like that. I don't think Chrisean really wants them in Junior's business. And she doesn't want to be all the way truthful about what's going on with Junior with them. So, really, they're up in the air when it comes to with this baby. They're in the blind. They don't know what's going on with this baby. So how can I do anything with this baby? And I don't know what this baby got going on. It seems like he got stuff going on. And me personally, I'd be terrified to watch a baby for an extended period of time, and I don't know what's going on with this baby. I don't have any information to actually help this baby out if I need to. And yeah, it's all that for me, right? So it's that. And then with CPS, people have to actually call and be consistent. If you see something, say something. A lot of people are not saying anything, right? So it leads me to believe of one or two things. Either nothing's going on or they're turning a blind eye to it, right? So we're just gonna figure out. Let's start off with, because it inspired that question inspired me to do a reading. So we're just gonna figure out what kind of mother, how is Chrisean doing in motherhood? Okay, so I don't know. Let's see true emotion. We're gonna use the true emotion oracle deck first, right? How is Chrisean feeling right now as a mother? How is she doing in her motherhood journey? So I think Chrisean Jr., the baby, is like only 2, I believe. And speaking of, I got to go to a birthday party today because my mod, aka my ride or die, one of my day ones, AD, vibe with AD, her son is turning 2 today, and he's having a birthday party around 4 o'clock. So I got to get up there, but I got to make sure I get a gift for him before I get there, right? And I need my hair done too. I was supposed to get it done yesterday, but I'm so lazy now. I don't know what to tell y'all. I'll be lazy. But look, how is Chrisean Rock doing so far in her motherhood journey? Let's ask that. It's been 2 years. Okay, let's see. That wanted to fall out. Illumination. Ooh, all that is coming on, right? Stuff is falling out. Okay. How's Chrisean Rock doing in her motherhood journey so far? It's been 2 years since Chrisean Jr. has been born. Since he made his way into this world. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah. And in some cultures, just to add, in some cultures, they count the 9 months or whatever that you was in the womb. So your true age is also including the 9 months, right? So if you may not be 12, you might be 13, in some cultures. So that's interesting. So he might not be 2 in some cultures. He might be 3. So I'm going to say his true age is 3. And when he turns 3, he might be 4, right? Because they count the time in the womb. Okay, so I don't know why. Maybe Spirit is telling me to count the time in the womb too. So he's been here longer than 2 years. He was in her belly for 9 months as well. So let's see. How has this motherhood journey been going for her? 1, 2, 3. Jazzville. Bad credit. Okay, so this hasn't been going too well for her. What is Spirit saying? All right. So the first thing we got is Jezebel. Okay. What is that Jezebel energy? Y'all know what that Jezebel energy is. You see this woman? Don't Chrisean walk around in her underwear and bra all the time? That's an outfit for Chrisean, right? Look. She does have a Jezebel spirit on her. And the Jezebel spirit do seek to steal, kill, and destroy, okay, in some type of way. Either physically, literal or not literal, physically, emotionally, mentally. That's what they're doing to people, right? For their own gain, for their own selfish reasons. Jezebel spirits are very loose women. They're women of the night, okay? So it's a lot of things. And they will burn something down if they can't get their way. And they can't get what they want, right? So Chrisean Rock has been embodying this Jezebel spirit this whole time. And if you look right here, this woman is touching her womb, right? And it's funny that I mentioned his first the first, you have to include the 9 months of him being in the womb, because motherhood started there. Okay? So it's something about that Jezebel spirit and him being in the womb that was affecting their connection. Okay? So they're connected. Their connection was affected in the womb. And I don't think that, because the Jezebel is way different than a nurturing empress, right? Than a divine feminine. She would be a distorted feminine, right? Trying to be a mother to a baby being formed in the womb. It won't work out, okay? So she was not connected with this baby in the womb. Matter of fact, she used this baby in the womb. Jezebel spirits will use things to get their way. People, places, and things. So this baby was a tool for her, right? That's at one point, right? Then you also have bad credit, debt, unemployed. Whole time motherhood right now for her is a struggle financially. Okay. Now, people already know, like, people already been speculating that she's homeless and she's going through things. I seen on one Instagram post that she's walking around, she's getting into Ubers with a half of a stroller seat and acting like it's a car seat. So she doesn't even have a car seat for this baby, right? And you would think that she does, because, you know, her online presence, you would think that she's making all this money, but she's obviously not, right? She's not stable. She doesn't have anything in her name. She does have bad credit, because she told y'all she had bad credit. You know, she's not getting the things that she's supposed to for Junior as a mother. She could if she wants to, but she's not. She's waiting on other people to get it. That's why she's asking for donations from her rock star fans, from her Chrisean rock fans, and things like that. You also have faith, healing, meditation, and the reverse, praying. Now, she's saying that she's into the Bible, she's into God and Yahweh and all the things, right? But she needs to heal. She needs to ground herself. And she also needs to actually start praying. Because she says she's praying, but I don't think she's praying. Okay? I don't think she's having a real connection with the Most High, the way that she would like for you guys to say that she is. She's not in alignment, right? And if she is asking God for anything, it is not to basically help her be a mom, okay, and help her on this mommy journey. Now, this is not to actually talk mess about her. I don't want to. Honestly speaking, like, I don't mind talking about her faults, but I don't want to do it all the time. So I really thought that it would be a little bit of something different. Maybe she does really, really care. But the problem is, the reality is, based on these oracle cards, is that there was a disconnect in the womb. Okay, she was not connected to Junior in the womb. There was no connection. He was a tool. And now things is getting hard for her. And she's not grounded. And she's still not connecting with her baby. So there still needs to be some work there. Okay. And it's fair to say she's keeping it a secret. She doesn't want to tell people that she's having a hard time being a mother. Right? She doesn't want people to know that. Okay? And the back of this is round and round. This is cycles, right? Cycles triggers lesser. So she's not breaking the family cycle, that curse that her family got, that toxic shit that they got going on. She's not breaking that cycle at all. In fact, you know, she wants to get a new cycle. She wants to create something, right? But it's just not working because she's doing what she always does. And this is what she's used to, right? But however, this is also a lesson for her. Okay. So nothing happens by just chance. This was already written down. This is part of her life. This is part of this cycle, this life cycle. So she has to figure out how to connect to Junior. She has to figure out how to break family curses and things like that, right? So that's what she has to do. So she's having a real hard time connecting to her son. Okay. And it's okay for her to ask for help, but she needs to want to ask for help, right? So and not only that, if you're having a hard time connecting to your child and being comfortable in motherhood, then that means there might be some things that she's lacking. So let's go ahead and ask this. Now we can use Afro Goddess Tarot Arcanas, right? So let's ask this. Is she, because here's the thing, I don't think that she is absolutely abusing Junior. I think she might neglect him. And I don't think it's even, I don't know if it's intentional or not. We can ask that. So we're just gonna ask, is she neglecting Junior? Right? Is Chrisean Rock neglecting Junior? Because I told you it's a disconnect. She's not connected. And she's too stressed out over money as well. So she can't connect. That's no reason she can't connect. And she had been disconnected since the womb. She did not connect with her baby. The 9 months are critical. She used him as a tool. Let's see. Is she neglecting Junior? Health-wise, emotional-wise, is she neglecting him? 1, 2, 3. Oh, man. Okay, here's the thing. Again, the Empress shows up in the reverse. This is not a nurturing spirit. Okay, she's not a nurturer. She showed up in reverse in another reading that I did when I was talking about when Blue came home and it's like, welcome back to the circus between her, Jane, and Blue. Well, apparently she is and when I was asking about the paternity, like, with the whole DNA test that Carlissa said she was going to do. So she shows up as the Empress in the reverse again. Now, in the Empress in the reverse, upright, this is a divine feminine. This is a nurturer, a mother, a pregnant woman, pregnant with abundance. She is standing within her femininity, right? In the reverse, this woman is not a divine feminine. She's a distorted feminine, okay? She's not connected to her abundance because she feels like she isn't abundant. She doesn't feel connected to her femininity. She isn't nurturing at all the way that she's supposed to be as a mother. Not only that, it's that Jezebel spirit that I was talking about too, because this can represent promiscuity, being a whore, being a lady of the night. Okay, so in my last reading, I told you that even when she got pregnant, she's uncertain about who the baby daddy is because she was messing around. So this is her. When I mean by being neglectful, okay, in this position, when I'm asking has she neglected him, she's been neglecting Junior. Okay, she has not been the nurturing mother that she could be. I don't know. Matter of fact, let's be more technical because I don't know if she got it in her. But what I do know is she's not being, based on this card, she's not being a hands-on mother. This is hands-off, neglectful, overlooking things, not paying attention, doing all the things that you don't need to be doing with a baby because he's still a baby in my eyes, right? Yeah, and everybody else, he's still a baby, and he might need extra love, and she's not either capable of giving it or unwilling to give it. Okay, so that's where we're at with that. The 5 of Cups is disappointments. She's disappointed in her experience, right? She's disappointed in what she created. which is sad. She's disappointed in how she created Junior and what the results were from the womb till now. And she doesn't want to talk about it, but because she's keeping things a secret, but she's absolutely disappointed. Okay. Her whole experience, she feels like is a negative experience, like a burden. The Emperor up here, this is a male masculine figure. Okay. This talks about, it's usually a father figure, right? It can talk about having some type of stability, structure, things like that, right? Getting things in line, keeping things in order, right? So this is a father figure. That's for one. So she honestly, she wants a man to take over. She needs a man to help her, right? That's how she feels, right? But she needs to have more structure. I do think Junior needs more structure. So I do think maybe when she's finished being disappointed, she has help right here that would give her structure, right? So she's looking at these 3 cups that spilled and the disappointment that she's been going through with having Junior. But it's 2 cups right here. So it's a partnership. There's help right behind her if she looks that would give Junior the structure he needs, right? And it would come from a masculine figure if she would allow that, right? The devil is in the reverse. So this talks about the toxic shit that she was doing, right? And this is addictions and things like that. I think Spirit is saying that she has to put Junior first and put her addictions second, right? So her addictions could be clout, drugs, alcohol, things like that, a nigga. So if she was to put them second and put Junior first, that would be great. But also, Spirit is saying, please do not use Junior. Okay. Don't let other people use him. Okay. Don't use him for money, as in clout, right? But don't let other people do it either, right? And I think, she did have a clout baby. She used her pregnancy for the wrong reasons. And she didn't think it all the way through, right? The 3 of Pentacles is in the back, right? So I do feel like this, though. I do feel like it's help if she wants it, if she's able to accept it. There's going to be a lot of help for Junior, but she has to stop trying to keep it a secret and be honest about the situation and be honest with herself. And I'm pretty sure people will come together and put their grand support into helping Junior. Okay? That's what I really do believe. If she decides to move on from her disappointments, because it's not all about you, Chrisean, I think that she can get more help with her being a mother and things like that. It'll be easier for her. Okay. It's okay to admit that you can't do it all on your own and that you really messed up on some levels. You did. So that's that. Will Junior get CPS involved? But then again, the Emperor itself, it could be a judge too. So it could be, because worst come to worst, it could be that a judge is ordering you to do certain stuff for Junior. That's going to give him structure, and you're going to have to take parenting classes, and but through that, you can get help and get what you need. Because ain't no way you're supposed to have the chair from the seating part from a stroller and use it as a car seat. I'm sorry. No. So if CPS going to get involved, I already told you that her new boyfriend might call CPS on her on the low if she really rubbed him the wrong way. While he's talking about Hood Trophy Bino. Will CPS get involved with Junior. 1, 2, 3. The Ace of Cups is in the reverse. The Strength is in the reverse. The Ace of Swords is upright. And the Five of Cups. You know, the only way it works, right? The only way that CPS will get involved, right? You have the Ace of Cups. This is an emptying of a cup. For me, this is a disappointment, an emotional disappointment that comes up. And Strength right here is in a reverse. So it can be like a weakness, having to stand up for yourself, or it can be acting out of control. So also you have the Ace of Swords, clarity, right? New conversations, new thought processes. The only way, one big way that CPS will get involved if Chrisean did something very reckless. All because her emotions is out of whack. It would have to be something that she's doing that's very reckless. And then CPS will come in. And Chrisean Rock is capable of doing some reckless shit. And it's messed up because it involves a child, right? So, yeah, CPS can get involved if Chrisean Rock is not checking herself and checking her emotions, okay? And mind you, she has an imbalance too, right? So y'all got to watch and be careful for that because she's going to be the one crying, okay? It's going to be a disappointment for her, all right? That's going to happen, and it's going to be a transformation, all right? It's going to be a transition that happens, okay? So that can mean a death. That can mean a scenario where she's going to have to take parenting classes. She gets locked up. It's going to be something like that that goes on when it comes between her and Junior if she don't get her emotions in check. So I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope that her fans, watch out for signs for emotional distress when it comes to Chrisean. And if they love her so much, they tell her that, look, it's okay to be real and say that you need help being a mom. And you're struggling, okay? She's very much so struggling. And she doesn't want to admit that her child needs more help than she's capable of giving. Okay, so that's what I got for Chrisean Rock, y'all. How y'all like that reading? Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you guys later. Peace. And we're gone. We're going to the upper room.